Okay, welcome everyone. I am Janice Derrickson. I'm a Tai Chi instructor for Tai Chi for Health, a physical therapist, and a health coach. I want to thank AARP for sponsoring this event and the AHAVA Center for hosting it. So I'm glad you're all here today, and I think we will have some fun learning. So what is Tai Chi? It is an ancient art that originated in China. It improves strength, flexibility, and balance, and it integrates the mind and the body. So we're going to be moving, but we're going to be thinking. Tai Chi for fall prevention, or arthritis and fall prevention, was created by Dr. Paul Lam, who is a Western-trained physician. He trained in Australia as a family medicine physician. But then he went back to China, where he grew up as an adult and learned Tai Chi from his father-in-law. Wow. So we kind of have the integration of East meets West, and I really like this combination, especially since I'm a physical therapist as well, and I am very much about movement quality. So I mentioned, I do want to also say that Tai Chi for fall prevention is meditation in motion. We are present as we do it. So we are here today in our bodies at the AHAVA Center. And hopefully we're not thinking about our to-do list or the items we need to pick up at Kroger afterward, or I should say the UK-Florida game. It's also, Harvard Health has called it medication in motion because it helps treat and prevent chronic disease. So let's talk about, we're going to get started soon, but let's just talk about fall prevention for a minute. According to the Center for Disease Control, 1 in 4 people over age 60 falls. That's 25%. When I looked up the statistics for Kentucky, and I could find the statistics for 2020, 36 to 37% of people fell. Oh. So we are higher than the national average. So this particular form, you can do sitting or standing, and even some of it you can do lying in bed. It's versatile. I want to point out, you are the expert of yourself, of your own body. I always tell people that as a health coach. And so listen to your body today as we move through this. So the other thing about this particular form of Tai Chi, it is the only form of Tai Chi on the Center for Disease Control website because there's research data, and it has been shown to reduce reoccurring falls by 70%. It has also been shown to help with osteoporosis, quality of life, and reducing fear of falling.
What form is it?
Tai Chi for Health. Dr. Paul Lam, L-A-M. So I want to ask you, and a couple people have already told me, how many people have ever done Tai Chi before? Okay, well, good. We have some experts in the room already. Okay, so the item of utmost importance is safety. That is the thing that matters more than anything else. So we may have brought in cell phones, water bottles. There are a box of tissues in this center. You just want to have a clear space around you for your own personal safety. And again, as I said, listen to your body. You are the expert on you. So now we can start with the principles of Tai Chi. There are principles in addition to the movements. So sitting or standing, we have bony prominences. The first principle is posture. We have bony prominences on the front of the hip. If we run our hands straight down, we want to have our feet hip distance apart. That improves our balance. That improves our center of gravity if we drew a circle around our feet. Then we want an upright spine. Even in sitting, we want an upright spine. Always feet flat on the ground if I didn't say that. And then we want to bring our shoulders down, and we want to retract them or act like we're putting our shoulder blades in back pockets. And then today's society, we spend so much time on devices, whether it's computer or phones. So it's looking down for a cell phone. It's kind of angling the chin upwards to look at a computer at times. So we want our chin in neutral alignment. And then we want to act as our head has a string attached to it pulling towards the sky. So we're going to start with a Tai Chi greeting, and the way that works is I'm going to make a motion and say a word, and then you're going to join me, but then we'll all repeat that word together. So we're going to make a fist with our right hand for strength. Everybody say it. Strength. Bring the left hand up, 4 fingers together for friendship. Friendship. Thumb in for humility. Humility. Flatten hand over right fist. Bring the shoulders down for mutual respect. Mutual respect. Okay, just drop your arms by your side, and we are going to repeat this again. Right fist for strength. Strength. Left 4 fingers together for friendship. Friendship. Thumb in for humility. Humility. Flatten hand over fist for mutual respect. Mutual respect. Very good. Okay, so now we'll get into another concept, which is the breathing. There's various forms of breathing. There's chest breathing, but we're going to focus on belly breathing today. Also, there's 4 names for it. Belly breathing, abdominal breathing, diaphragmatic breathing, because we're using the diaphragm. And then the Chinese word is dantian. So we're just going to put 1 hand on the chest, 1 on the belly, doesn't matter which hand. And the type of breathing we'll do it together. We're going to breathe in through the nose, and the belly is going to come out like inflating a balloon. So breathe in, and then breathe out through pursed lips and flatten the belly. Now this time, let's pretend we have 70 candles to blow out. A long exhalation. Breathe in through the nose again. Belly comes out, and breathe out slowly. And 1 more time. In through the nose, and out through the lips. So we will incorporate this breathing as we move along. It actually helps to regulate our nervous system, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. So now we've talked about posture, we've talked about breathing. Now we are going to go into our Tai Chi walking. So this, if you want to do this, you can remain, anything I say, you can remain seated. If you walk in sitting, you're going to do 1 step, then the other, and then bring the feet in, because we just can't get that far out. I'm going to demonstrate this walking, and I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me. And this is a really important concept, and I want to mention everything we do is slow in Tai Chi. So if you came for an aerobics class, this is not it.
Thank goodness.
So we're going to take a step, and you may join me, sitting or standing, and we're going to do heel. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. So heel, foot flat, shift the weight forward, other side, heel, foot flat, shift the weight forward. If you're sitting, you have to bring the feet back in. Heel, foot flat, shift forward, and 1 more. Heel, foot flat, shift forward. And then let's just turn around and go back to where we started. And there's a reason for this walking, which I'll explain later. Heel, foot flat, shift to that foot. Other side, heel, foot flat, heel, foot flat, and heel, foot flat. And then just turn around. Again, sitting or standing, first of all, that's our Tai Chi walking. And this is a really important way to walk, because if we were to land with the ball of the foot first, our weight is already forward and makes us inclined to fall. So it's very important. I know we can't go around walking that way all day, but we'll talk about when we can later on. So now we're going to go into the warm-ups. You can do, the first part will be the upper body. We'll do 3 body parts, 2 exercises each, and 3 repetitions. Can anybody repeat that?
Yeah. 3 body parts, 2 repetitions each. I don't know.
So then we'll do the lower body, and those will be our warm-ups. So again, just a reminder about the posture we already talked about. Feet hip distance apart. No matter how we move, we want to maintain that distance. So starting with the upper body with the neck. We're going to lift the arms up slowly. Palms up, palms back, chin back. Push forward, down, and look down. Round 2. Arms up slowly. Palms up, palms back, chin back. Push forward, down, and look down. So Tai Chi is continuous and slow. Last rep, arms up slowly, palms up, palms back, chin back, push forward, down, and look down. Everybody looks good. So now we're going to go into neck rotation. Arms up slowly again. Now we're going to push one arm down by our side, lowering that shoulder. The other one palm up. Bend the elbow in, and for neck turning, we're going to do about 60% of your range of motion, following the middle finger, just gently turning the neck, not past pain. Back to the middle, change hands, one up, one down, and rotate, following that hand, back to the middle, change hands again, turning the neck, following the hand, back to the middle, change hands, one up, one down, and rotate the neck, back to the middle, change hands, one up, one down, and you can try a little bit further, but do not pass the point of pain, back to the middle, change hands, and rotate. So the nice thing about Tai Chi, if you can't do a certain movement due to a joint limitation, you can also visualize it. So now we're going to go to the shoulders. We're going to do shoulder rolls forward and shoulder rolls backward. Which direction do you think is more important in countering our computer posture? Yes, very good.
We're smart cookies.
I know. Okay, so let's practice inhaling up and going forward and around. 2 and 3. And now backwards, up, back, and down.
Oh, that feels better.
And last one. And now for the second shoulder exercise, we're going to gather the chi, which is the life energy around the area of the belly button. We're going to inhale as we come up and breathe out as we come down. So do not overreach with the shoulder. Inhale up, exhale down. And one more. Moving on to the spine, we are going to have our hands facing one another as if we're holding a wet sandy beach ball. We don't have it against our chest. And the first thing we're going to do is spine straightening. So we're thinking less about overreaching with the shoulder and more about straightening with the spine. So bottom hand up on the ceiling, other hand pushes down towards the floor. Hold the ball again. We're going to change sides. Other hand up on the ceiling, other hand down. Hold the ball again. I'll give an analogy this time. Hand up, protecting our eyes from the sun. The other one down, bouncing a basketball. Hold the ball again. I don't know if I did that right side. One hand up, one hand down. Hold the ball again. Last 2. One hand up, one down. Hold the ball. One hand up, one hand down. Okay, so let's hold the ball again. we're going to go into spine turning. And I always tell my class, if I don't count the right amount, you can correct me or we'll just let it slide. Because I'm thinking more about the movement and looking at how you all are moving. So, and everybody look down at their feet. Do we still have that hip distance apart? Okay. So for spine turning, we are going to follow the upper elbow. Our hips are still pointing forward, but we're just slightly turning to the side. Change hands, one hand up, one down. Turn back the other way. Change hands. Rotate following the upper elbow. Change hands and rotate. And last two, change hands, rotate, and change hands and rotate. So now we have finished with the upper body, and you can just relax your arms by your side. You have choices here for the lower body. Again, you can do it in sitting, and I don't really see anybody sitting right now. Oh, there's somebody sitting. Okay. Oh, you are. I missed you right here in that beautiful purple and blue. How could I miss that?
How could you miss her?
I know. How could I miss you? Okay, right in front of me. I'll give another way of doing it if you're sitting. If you need help with balance, you can hold on to your chair to the side. I don't know if it would work to stand behind it. Sometimes you can move the chair like this, but those are just all opportunities for modification. So we're getting into ones that require a little more balance, but we're going to start by just the first body part is the hip. We're just going to start by moving the hands. We are going to push our hands to the wall, scoop through the middle, and push to the other side. Now what I want you to notice is weight shifting in your hips, sitting or standing. Scoop, push, scoop, push. So we're getting ready to do a toe tap. So in sitting, you would just open your leg out to the side in sitting. So scoop, push, toe tap out to the side. Remember, we're not bringing that leg all the way in, keeping that space. Scoop, push, toe out. Foot back in, scoop, push, toe out. Scoop, push, toe out. And two more. Scoop, push, toe out, or opening that leg. Scoop, push, toe out. Okay, and relax. So now we're going to go into one that requires a little more balance. It is going to be a heel dig forward, a toe tap back and out, not directly behind, because again that narrows our base, so a little bit to the side when we do it. And our arms will be a counterbalance. So do what you can do. I see some clever ways of using the chairs for balance. But we're going to start, our feet are still hip distance apart. We're going to start by lifting the arms up slowly. And then we bring them down and we do a heel dig forward. Rest in the middle. Arms up, toe tap back and out. Rest in the middle, arms behind, heel dig forward. Rest in the middle, arms up, toe tap back and out. Rest in the middle. Last one, arms behind, heel dig forward. Rest in the middle, arms up, toe tap back and out. Now we're going to switch to the other foot. So arms behind, other side, heel dig forward, rest in the middle, arms up, toe tap back and out, rest in the middle, arms behind, heel dig forward. I'm going to slow down a bit. Rest in the middle, arms up, toe tap back and out. You really have gotten this correctly. Rest in the middle, last one, heel dig forward. Rest in the middle, arms up, toe tap back and out. Very nice. That, I think, is the harder one that we've done so far. So now we're going to move down to the knee. And for the knee, we're going to do our most martial art looking movement form. Now the thing about this, because this is Tai Chi for arthritis and fall prevention, we're going to do a little boxing forward, but we're not clenching our fists. We want open fists that we can see through. So we're protecting our joints. And for this, we're going to do that Tai Chi kind of walking, heel, foot flat. Now in sitting, you can just straighten your leg up and down if you want, and then do the punch. Okay, so heel, foot flat, opposite arm punch, and return. Other side, heel, foot flat, opposite arm punch, return. Now let's pretend we're testing the ice to see if it would hold us for skating. Heel, foot flat, punch, return, heel, foot flat, punch, return. I kind of lost track, we'll do two more. Heel, foot flat, punch, return, and heel, foot flat, punch, return. So now we know our skating rink is firm. We're not going to break through the ice, so we're going to add a little shift forward. So we're going to put in our ice skates and we're going to start shifting forward. The important thing about that, and I'll just show you this, when we do heel, foot flat, shift, and punch, we still want the upright trunk. We do not want to bend forward at the waist. So we're always keeping that good posture we talked about, just to kind of break that down. So again, we're still standing in our good posture, feet apart. So we're going to add the shift. Heel, foot flat, shift, opposite arm punch, return, heel, foot flat, shift, opposite arm punch, return, heel, foot flat, shift, opposite arm, return, and keep the back heel down as well. Heel, foot flat, shift, punch, return. One more, each side. Heel, foot flat, shift, punch, return, and last one. Heel, foot flat, shift, and punch. Very nice. So our last warm-up is the ankle. Now today we've already talked about shifting, weight shifting a little bit. So we're learning something new about our body. So for the ankle, we're going to shift over to one leg. That frees up this foot to come forward a little bit. And we're going to do heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. Bringing that leg back, we're shifting over to that standing leg. The other one comes forward for heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. And now we're going to do the edges of the feet without a lot of weight on them. So we're moving a little bit from the hip. We're going to do little toe, big toe. Same thing, shift onto the standing leg. Little toe, big toe, little toe, big toe, little toe, big toe. And other side, little toe, big toe, little toe, big toe, little toe, big toe. One of the instructors told me they were teaching this in another part of the country, and the people there said, corn bunion, corn bunion. Okay, well, we did really well. We got through all of the warm-ups. Now we're ready to embark into a flow. And yes, sit down as needed. And we will all sit down after this flow for a Qigong. But if you need to sit down now, that's fine.
I'll probably stand back up.
Okay, whatever you want to do, because it gets long. So this is the Tai Chi for arthritis and fall prevention. We're going to learn the first two moves today. So I'm going to use a ball to demonstrate. This is a progressive teaching method, so I'm really going to break it down. It's going to go slow. So join me as our hands face one another. We're going to lift the pretend ball up to offer it to another person. They don't take it. Oh, let's just bring it back down again. I'm sorry. We're going to break it down. Let's do that one more time. Lift the ball up and lift the ball down. Okay, so now we're going to add on. We're going to lift the ball up, inhale up, exhale down. If you're sitting, bring it across your thighs, up your chest, and offer the ball again. So let's bring our arms back down again. We're going to do those first 2 steps again. This is commencement. Ball up, ball down, across the thighs, up the chest, offer the ball again. Now we're going to add on the third component. We're going to bend the elbows in, fingertips up towards the ceiling. Right now, we'll talk about the shape. The ball is about head, the shape of a head. We're going to open to shoulder width. So let's open and close back to head width. This is why I have the ball. Let's try that again, focusing on the shape. Head to shoulder. Now we're going to focus on our breathing. We're going to inhale the way I taught you, through the nose, and out through pursed lips. And let's do that again. And now I want you to think like you're doing this underwater, and it's equally different. It's equal in terms of resistance, like we're resisting underwater. So open and close. And again. Stretch forward and down. Okay, we're going to do the whole thing again, and just one open and close. But I tried to give you the shape, the breathing, and then thinking about moving against resistance. So let's start with commencement. Hands facing one another. Up, offering the ball. Back down, if you're sitting across the thighs. Up the chest. Offer the ball again. Bend the elbows in and open and close. Stretch forward and down. So you've already learned 2 moves today. That is the upper body. So now we have to do the lower body. And we're going to do some weight shifting just like we did before. Again, I'm going to break this down, and I am mirroring. So for the lower body, we're just going to start out by doing our weight shift to our right leg, and then step heel, foot flat with the left. Okay, bring that back again. So we're learning a lot about weight shifting, something we're not always aware of. Weight shift to the right leg, step forward left, heel, foot flat, bring it back again, and this time we'll add the follow-up step with the right foot. Shift, right, left step, heel, foot flat, and follow up right. And you may need to take a step backwards, but let's do that again. Shift right, step left, heel, foot flat, follow up right. I think I got my mirroring done correctly. So now, are we ready to combine all this together?
Sure, why not?
Okay. So I'm gonna do it 3 times. I will preface this by saying Dr. Lamb always teaches with his back to the audience. So I'm going to do it a little differently. Well, first of all, I taught it facing forward, but I'm going to do angle, back, and then angle. And we'll do it 3 times, what we just learned.
But we stay facing forward.
Yes. This is hopefully so you can all see me both directions. Okay, so now I'm no longer mirroring. Hands are by the side, facing each other as we lift the ball up. Bring the ball back down as we shift right. Hands come up the chest, step forward left, offer the ball again, follow up right. Fingertips up for open, close, stretch forward, and down. How was that?
Good.
Good? Okay,
The
could you see?
tendency is to lean forward, and I know that's not right.
Okay,
I have a tendency to want to lean forward, and I see my friend doing it too.
okay. Well, that's why we lead with the heel instead of the ball of the foot, because that keeps our weight back.
But she's sitting.
Yeah,
That's
Well-
hard.
I'll have to watch and see what I think. Okay, which I can't do from this angle. Okay, so I'm standing and you're facing my back now. But I'm going to give the cueing, hands facing one another, lift the ball up, bring it back down, shift right, hands come up the chest, getting ready to step forward left, heel, foot flat, shift, offer the ball again, follow up step, bend the elbows in, open, close, stretch forward, and down. Okay? And let's do one more time to this angle, see if that changes our perspective. But you're all doing facing forward. Okay. So arms up slowly again, back down, shift right, hands come up the chest, we're getting ready to step forward left, slowly offer the ball again, follow up right, fingertips up, and open, close, stretch forward, and down. Okay, which way did you like seeing it? Angle or back?
They're okay. Both the same.
Okay, okay. So now we've been standing for about 35 minutes. Those of you who have been standing, this is a good time to take a sitting break, and we are going to do a qigong. Qi, Q-I, meaning life energy. Gong, meaning movement. Movement, yep. So again, even when we're seated, how are our feet? Flat on the floor.
Flat on the floor, hip width apart.
Okay, good. Now, can you see me? I don't know if this is going to be in the way, Christine. Can I sit down or no?
Yeah,
Okay. So again, I'm just going to take a sip of water. We're going to move into a qigong, which is 5 elements: earth, air, water, I'm trying to say them in order, wood, and fire. Okay, and the nice thing about this, it is done in 3s, so it repeats. Can everybody see me seated, or do I need to stand? Stand would be better? Okay, I will do that. So there's just one that's a little bit different in sitting, but we'll do it the way we would do it in sitting. Okay, so this time, this incorporates a lot of breathing. So I'm going to see how many people yawn as we do this, because I always see people yawn when I do this. So palms down, lift up slowly. Bring your hands to the belly, and that is earth. And we're going to take 3 deep breaths, the way I described it before. In through the nose, belly inflates like a balloon. Purse lips, breathe out. Flatten the belly. 2. And 3. And now we'll go to air, which is something you're familiar with now. But I pretend like this is a bellows for air. And we're going to do 3 open and close with slow breathing. And back to earth. 3 deep breaths. And draw out that exhalation. for water, what we're going to do is we are still going to do our breathing, and I'm going to use this chair so I can speak and do it correctly, but we're going to lift up the knee as if stepping out of a puddle. Now, the interesting thing when we do this, we want to work our muscles equally on the front of the leg and the back. So we lift up slowly, but we don't just let our foot drop. We don't want to hear any shoes plopping when we do this. We want to have the control as we come down. So let's breathe in, lift up, and down.
Where are our hands?
You can put them on your belly if you want to. I'm just holding the chair so I can do this and talk at the same time. And 2 more. And last one. Now back to earth for 3 deep breaths. Feet are still. And now we're moving into wood, fingertips together. This time we're going to outline a tree trunk. So we're going to circle up as we breathe in, and back down as we breathe out. Inhale up, exhale out, down. And one more time. Back to earth again for 3 deep breaths. And now for fire, our hands will face one another as we did before. But this time we're going to open and close vertically while breathing. Now let's change the hands, the other one, top, 3 more times. And back to earth for our last 3 breaths. Not up forever, but in this moment.
Glad you clarified.
Breathe in. And for closing, let's lift the arms up and back down. Very nice. How does anybody want to say how they feel after doing this? Relaxed. Anybody else?
Aerated.
Aerated. I like that one, Marilyn. I like that.
Energized.
Energized. Okay, good. Okay. Ready to take a nap? Yeah, it will do that. It will do that. So basically when we're doing that breathing, we're getting away from the fight or flight of the brain, the sympathetic nervous system, into the parasympathetic, which sometimes is called stay and play or relax and digest. So Those are all really good ones to practice. Especially like if you're late, you can do the breathing in your car when you're in a stoplight. If you're waiting in a doctor's office, a lot of people have white coat blood pressure. Your blood pressure goes up. You can practice breathing in the waiting room. So it's all very helpful. And we'll talk about this in a little bit, but I like to look at how we do Tai Chi daily. Not that we have to go through this whole thing, but just picking something from it to do in our daily life. Okay, so I think we still have a little time. Let's do one more thing before we do the cool downs. We're just going to do one more walking if everybody's up to it.
Sure.
Okay. Again, you can remain seated. You do 2 steps out, pull the feet back in. So this is called an empty step. Instead of, it's really the movement that we practiced. What we're going to do is we're going to step, heel, foot flat, and just bring the other foot beside it. The heel is slightly off the ground, so the weight is still on this one. So this is like a weight shifting practice. And the other side, heel, foot flat, light weight on this foot, heel, foot flat, follow up, and heel, foot flat, and follow up. And now let's turn to go back again. Kind of all reached our limit, I think. And again, we're not walking through, we're doing heel, foot flat, follow up step. So the feet are parallel. Heel, foot flat, follow up step. Heel, foot flat, follow up step. I think we're ready for one last one. Heel, foot flat, and follow up step. And now we'll just turn towards the front of the room. I invite you to sit or stand for the cool downs. So the cool downs, the first one, we talked about that loose fist. We're just going to do, now this does require balance if you're standing. So you might want to hold a chair. We do fist to thigh. Just little fist bumps. So you know your body, you know your balance. And if you're sitting, you only lift as high as you can without going backwards in the chair. And one more, okay? This one, you already know. It is, well, no, let's do another one first. So sitting, I want you to push your feet on the ground and feel your thighs. What happens when you push down on your feet?
It gets tight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're using those muscles. So in sitting, we can also use our muscles by pushing down on the ground. This one is a contract, relax. So we're going to bring the arms behind as we inhale. And then exhale and relax. Again. And 2 more. Last one. And then we end with gathering the chi. Fingertips together, inhale up, exhale down. If you have shoulder pain, keep the hands in front and you'll have less pain. 3 more. 4. And 5. So I alluded to the fact that I like to incorporate Tai Chi into everyday life. And I was like this as a physical therapist. It's not just something you do at therapy and you don't take home. So one thing we practiced a lot today was the Tai Chi walking. We did it 2 different ways. Where do you think you could practice this?
Every time you walk.
Every
Anytime you walk.
time you're
Every
going
time you
somewhere.
Okay. What would be the benefit of doing that?
Balance.
Muscle memory,
Mm-hmm.
strength.
Okay.
strengthening my ankles.
Okay. And then I'll throw in a couple other ideas. You could do it in your kitchen if you don't have this ability to walk this slow. You could do it in your kitchen. What this kind of walking helps us to do is detect something on the ground. So if there's a pet toy in your house, or a throw rug with the corner turned over,
Cat.
Or a cat.
a cat, yeah, or the cat itself. Yeah, I know people that have fallen from a
Or a
cat.
dog.
So because you lead with your heel and slowly lower the foot, you might detect that instead of falling forward. It can also be a drop bar soap in the shower, but outside is even more challenging. Of course, we had those very icy conditions. That slow kind of walking can be helpful, although I also used a walking stick during the ice.
Penguin walking.
Yeah, penguin
Yes,
walking.
absolutely.
And then like a hidden rock under leaves can be detected with that slow walking. A cracked sidewalk, it doesn't matter how old or new our neighborhoods are, we have a lot of uneven sidewalks and cracked sidewalks.
We have invasive species too.
We what?
We have an invasive species.
Oh, invasive species.
No, we really do. It's real prevalent in my neighborhood, in my yard.
Oh.
I've been fighting it tooth and nail.
Okay. So my challenge to you is, how can Tai Chi benefit you? And I think some people came in with that question today. And where and how can you incorporate Tai Chi movement into a daily activity? So think about when you can do, like what is one thing? We talked about the Tai Chi walk. We could do the belly breathing. And I have to say, you will feel this even more lying down in bed with your knees bent and feet flat on the bed. You can even put a small book on your belly and watch it lift up and lower, giving you that visual learning for it. So think about something, or you could work on the open and close. So think about how you could incorporate just one thing, not everything we did today. As we learn new habits, we have the ability, we have neuroplasticity, the ability to learn new things, no matter what our age is. And I liken it to a road, and when we start learning something new, it's like a bumpy road. And then as we practice it, even if it's for 5 minutes a day, we're laying down asphalt on that road, and it's becoming a lot smoother. So I encourage you to just maybe try one thing you learned today, and I will entertain any questions, but I also hope to see you return. This has been a great class. I'm glad to see some joy in here as we practiced. That's important too. Christine? Okay.
Questions?
Questions? Anybody?